it's almost like they're an act that they can take on the road. You know, they're at each other. Yeah, Coach Boone does most of the talking. Coach Yost is a little quieter, but I was actually kind of surprised to find out that Coach Yost was a much more feisty guy than we had created in the screenplay. But I think they love each other and they love giving each other a hard time. When we were shooting Remember the Titans, we did a scene out on the football field, and Coach Boone, as he always does, he's the coordinator. And so he put together a couple of bus loads of his former players, and he brought them down to watch the film. And most of those guys were my age, so they played, 30 years ago or whatever. But the love that they had for both coaches is still evident, and they were talking like they were playing high school yesterday. Just the number of people that showed up is a testament to the work that both these men were doing. And as it relates to Coach Boone, even on a personal level, I mean, my son played high school football. He plays college football now, and Coach Boone would say, hey, I want to come out and see him play, and he flew out to see him play. I tried to get him to coach that night. It was a playoff game that they lost, and he was close to coming out of retirement, but he didn't do it. Just their bravery in the face of racism and the people that didn't want this experiment to work. Their commitment to these young men in teaching them to get along together, if not to love each other, to at least respect each other. As I said, the fact that these men, as men now, can still get together and talk about those times, there's something that we all can learn from that. I like to look at it as bigger than race relations, human relations. We're all human beings. There's one planet that we live on, and even more so than race and or culture. We have to find a way to get along. And I think the more you can learn about another culture, the better you'll be. The story is, Remember the Titans, is really about these young kids and them finding a way to come together. I think that the coaches were an example in the sacrifices they made. I think they were a good example for their kids to pick up on. But I think the kids really, no pun intended, took the ball and ran with it. They helped to turn the town around, and whatever feelings that blacks and whites had about each other at that time, I think that this football team helped to unify that town. I'm doing an interview for Coach Boone, who's getting an award from St. Augustine. Hold on, it's my wife.
Well, hi there.
So anyway, Coach Boone, I'm talking to you while this is going on, and I just wanted to say congratulations to you. If it wasn't for me, nobody would know who you are anyway. And I talked to all the guys that you coached over the years, and none of them really like you, Coach Boone, to be honest with you. And quite frankly, I don't like you either. I'm only doing this because they're paying me, and I didn't particularly care for the movie Remember the Titans either, but I am a good friend, and you're lucky you got a lovely wife. I'm only doing this for her. I know she's sitting right there with you, and I'm doing this for her because I love her. Okay? Not you. Coach Yost was right. You're a pain in the neck. You've never been a winner. None of your teams ever won. Yeah, I know they gave you the state championship, but it's politics. I first met him, I went to his home, and he said to me, when I die, I want to hear Frank Sinatra's I Did It My Way playing the whole day. It was they put me in the ground and the whole bit. He's a character. He has a very strong wife, and she's very quiet when she wants to be. But he appears to be the tough guy, but I think she really is the tough one. And he loves it. I mean, when I would watch him look at her when she talked, because when I went to his house, he went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And finally, I said, well, what do you think? And just the look in his eyes, looking at his wife and hearing her give her opinion of things, it's a love story. I know and I think they are deserving of the St. Augustine Meritorious Award. I think that the impression that they've left on these young men, the impression that they've left on that town, the impression that they are still leaving on people around the country. I just finished a picture in New York in the winter called The Manchurian Candidate, and we filmed at the New York Botanical Gardens. And across the street from the New York Botanical Gardens is my alma mater, Fordham University. So I walked over there just to kind of walk around and blend in, and I ended up running into the woman's a woman on the women's basketball team, and she said to me, "Oh, you got to meet my coach. Remember the Titans? He plays that thing over and over, and that's the favorite movie." So many schools, so many coaches I've talked to, so many players I've talked to have been affected by that film, and it's played for a lot of teams before they go out on the field. And that's still, it doesn't come down to what we did as actors. It really comes down to what Coach Boone and Coach Yost did in those days. I just want to say in all sincerity, congratulations to you both. I'm happy that people are recognizing the work that you did then and the work that you're doing now. And my prayers are with you both and with your family. God bless you, and I love you.